According to the testimony of the visionaries, the Gospel mentioned Pope John Paul II several times. He was injured on May 13, 1981, precisely on the anniversary of the Fatima apparitions. The Pope, when the apparitions began in Medjugorje, was in the hospital. During the month of July, a priest asked the visionaries to inquire about the Pope from the Gospel. The Virgin told them that his adversaries wanted to kill him, but she had protected him. After that, she showed them an image of the Pope appearing weak and defenseless. Pope John Paul II is also mentioned in an apparition witnessed by Ivan while he was studying in the seminary of Visoko. That evening, the Gospel stayed with him for only 15 minutes, then she headed towards a large photograph depicting Pope John Paul II and embraced it tightly with a smile on her lips. Visionaries Vika and Maria also had a similar experience in early November 1981. That evening, visionaries Vika, Maria, Ivanka, and Jakov in the village had their vision in Maria's room. It was Sunday. Here is how Vika remembers that experience. The Gospel appeared as soon as we started praying. She held a photo of the Pope, the same photo hanging on a wall in Maria's room. When the Gospel appeared, everything else vanished. That's why we hadn't seen her remove that photo from the wall. Then the Gospel kissed the photo, asking us if we knew who the person portrayed was and why she had kissed him. We were a bit confused, to which she added, "He is our Father, and the Father of all, not only of Christians, who tirelessly and courageously announces the message of peace and love among people. That's why she kissed him." She told Maria to guard that photo jealously. Maria later replaced the photo with an even larger portrait of the Pope. On August 25, 1994, just a few days before the first official visit of Pope John Paul II to the countries of the former Yugoslavia, the Gospel, in the message left to visionary Maria, said, "Dear children, today I am united with you in prayer in a special way, praying for the gift of the presence of my beloved Son in your homeland. Pray, little children, for the health of my most beloved Son, who is suffering, and whom I have chosen for these times. I pray and intercede before my Son Jesus, so that the dream your fathers had may come true. Pray, little children, especially because Satan is strong and wants to destroy the hope in your hearts. I bless you. Thank you for having responded to my call." On April 2, 2005, the day of the death of Pope John Paul II, the apparition of the Gospel took place in the morning and lasted from 9:17 to 9:22. After the apparition, Mirjana uttered the following words: "I wouldn't call it a message. The Gospel blessed us and all the things that awaited her blessing," emphasizing once again that the most important blessing is that of the priest. She added, "At this moment, I ask you to renew the church." Mirjana asked if there was any message, and the Gospel replied, "My children, I will be with you. My apostles, I will be with you, and help you renew yourselves and your families first. It will be easier." Then Mirjana said, "Stay with us, Mother." On the day of the death of Pope John Paul I, visionary Ivan was in the United States, where it was still datum. Ivan testified as a visionary to the faithful gathered in the Church of Saints Patrick and Joachim in New Hampshire. Ivan had the usual vision. Here's how he described what he had seen in an email addressed to friends and relatives of Medjugorje. "Dear ones, certainly saddened by the news of the death of Pope John Paul II. You see, we are all just pilgrims passing through this earth. In short, the description of the apparition on Saturday, April 2, 2005. That evening, the Gospel appeared radiant, greeting us all with her usual, 'Praised be Jesus Christ, my dear children.' After that, she prayed with her arms outstretched, blessing with her maternal blessing. I recommended all the faithful gathered that evening in the church, especially the sick. When suddenly, to the left of the Gospel, there appeared the figure of Pope John Paul II with a smiling face. The Gospel turned to him, looked at him with joy, and said, 'Dear son, here is my son. He is with me. Then the figure of the Pope vanished, and I continued to speak with the Gospa. The apparition lasted 8 minutes. I am still strongly impressed by that encounter. It was something indescribable. Some of the visionaries had the honor of meeting Pope John Paul II. Ivan says, "I wanted so much to meet the Holy Father." Unfortunately, however, this desire of mine remained unfulfilled. It was easier for me to meet the Gospa. Mirjana, the visionary, was with the Pope. I was only once with the Pope at a general audience when I was blessed along with many other people. When the Pope passed by me, the priest who was with me exclaimed, "This is Mirjana from Medjugorje," to which the Pope, turning, blessed me a second time. I said to the priest, "Father, perhaps the Pope thinks I need a double blessing." That afternoon, we received an invitation to present ourselves the next day at 8 in the morning at Castel Gandolfo. The meeting with Pope John Paul II was an unforgettable experience. The Pope told me, if I were not Pope, I would have already come to Medjugorje. He did not ask me anything about the secrets, but only about the Gospa. He asked me to tell him about her beauty and her love. He only told me to invite the pilgrims to pray for his intentions and to preserve Medjugorje because it represents hope for the whole world.